For you, bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? What they gonna do when they come for you? A bucket burn, take a turn, the game. Hey yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy FRE, $H Fresh at the Flyboy Way. That's TheFlyBoyway. Don't ask why, just check out the channel. Man, bruh, a lot crossed my mind in the last couple of days. I currently, for those who didn't know already, am in the process of selling my Miami Beach condo, and the reason I am in a rush is kind of aligns with the whole topic that we're going to discuss today. Um, Welcome to Jeep Talk, episode 47, why prostitution is illegal in the United States and why the P. Diddy trial has me in a rush to sell my Miami Beach condo. I guess the best thing to start with is, before we get into, the why prostitution is illegal in the United States, or before we get into the second part, the best thing to do is to help people understand control. If I can control the air you breathe and I can monetize that, I'm going to forever be able to make money. If I can control the water you drink, for example, when I was in Ghana, just in the beginning of this year, 2025, I could not drink any of the water that came out the tap in any restaurant, in any Airbnb, no matter how luxurious it was, or any other place. But we need water to survive. Let me take this. Hold up. Let me take the Bluetooth off because I know the wind in the back might mess it up. We need water to survive. Yo, shout out to Kings and Dreams, brother Kings and Dreams in the room. Cali, Columbia coming up in August. We need certain stuff you need to survive, and certain stuff is just a natural instinct that people have. Now, this video probably gonna get demonetized, but we're gonna have a full, uncut conversation because I'm going a different way and it shouldn't mess up that bad. Going a different way to pick my son up from my mother, because tomorrow's his last day of school and he had half a days all this week. If I can control something that's revolving to your instinct, or to your natural human instinct, and if I can control that, I can find a way to monetize that off of you. It is natural that people have to drink water. In Ghana, you can't really drink water out the tap at all. So anybody that's been able to control a water source, as far as selling like bottles and stuff, they're able to monetize something that you need to do. See, I felt as though I might give that example first before I give the example of why prostitution is illegal in the United States. Because I think the water example anybody can relate to. Men, women, old people, young people, everyone can relate to the water, to the need for water to nourish your body in life. You can't go your whole life without drinking water. It's not a man thing, it's not a woman thing. It's an animalistic instinct that during the course of your life, you're going to need sex. You're going to need sex. Whether you're asexual, meaning you please yourself, whether you're bisexual, meaning you go whatever way, whether you're heterosexual like myself, or you're going to need sex. So if I can find a way to control the fact that people need sex, I can find a way to monetize that. And for those that don't know, the United States is a corporation. I know they say, oh, it's a country. No, it's a corporation. It's a business. that's built on making money. Everybody say, oh, blame rich. No. The people don't understand that the United States is a corporation based on making money. So the more I can make money, the more the United States will grow. I believe there's only one or two states that have prostitution. I could be maybe even one, just Nevada, where prostitution is legal in the United States. Because they found the way, they meaning the people who are in control of the business, have found the way to monetize people's need for sex in the United States. So that the individual is not able to, one, make money for themselves so easily, and two, find sex without going through other means of spending money in the United States. 90% of guys are not going to meet women. 90% of guys are not going to meet women in the United States and have sex with them without taking them on a date, without possibly, having the physique they want, or possibly having to spend money. And the amount of money you spend is based on where you got to take them, what you want. When you go to these places pay taxes. The taxes go to the government of the United States. Whatever you do to spend money in order to reach that accessibility of getting sex, somehow that money trickles down to the government of the United States getting money. If the United States made prostitution legal the way it is legal in the majority of countries that I've been to, or the majority of countries even around the world, there's some form of legality in the majority of that country, then a lot of the money that goes to these things that have to pay the government, they wouldn't be getting that money, because people would directly be exchanging money. People would directly be exchanging means of what is the word I'm looking for? It's an older term. Means of exchange, a medium of exchange. People would have a different medium of exchange that doesn't have to go to the middleman of the government. So when I intertwine that and I start to look at the Diddy case from a different perspective, I don't think they're even trying to prove a racketeering case. I think all they really need to do is to program the people to saying, hey, he paid for prostitutes, he put them on the airport, he paid for them to take an airplane and come back to wherever he was at, and because that's illegal, you should believe everything else we say. Well, that's how it looks to me. It appears every time I hear something, that's how it looks to me. And I actually just dropped my Miami property about $20,000. I'm selling it. I've been selling it for like almost a year, just trying to see what kind of price I can get. And I just dropped it yesterday, $20,000. And the reason why I dropped it $20,000 is because I am definitely buying a property in another country, most likely Colombia or Mexico. And what I want to do is, again, I was wise enough, lucky enough to buy the property at a point where even me dropping my property $20,000 in Miami, and it being the lowest entry point to a property in my building, or one of the lowest in the surrounding areas, is that I still make double what I put into it 5 years ago when I bought it. I still make double what I put into it 5 years ago when I bought it. So for example, I bought mine for $167. Right now, I just dropped it down to $220. That's the lowest price you can get in the entry of the luxury condominiums I live in on the water in Miami Beach. It's the lowest point. But I still make $50,000 off of it. After taxes and after real estate commission, I still make $50,000 off of it. plus the money that I already put into it, it's going to give me enough to buy my condo in either Colombia or my condo in Colombia paid off completely, and still have a little money to like $10,000, $20,000 to put into it. Because I don't like where I see the United States going as far as how they are, or what I've seen, how much they are trying to monetize the fact that prostitution is illegal in the United States. It's a nasty look. Now, this is my opinion. Maybe I got a tin hat on. Maybe I'm wrong. I'll get y'all comments in a second. Maybe everybody doesn't agree. But I try to say that me being a person, and if it gets too windy, let me know, y'all. If it gets too windy, let me know. I'll roll the windows up. I got the top down right now. I'll roll the windows up though, because I know sometimes the wind on the highway can get a little bad. I feel like this Diddy case, and I know I'll get to your comments in a second. I feel like this state troopers. I feel like this Diddy case is something that I've seen for a long time. But I was like, I enjoyed living in Miami. I enjoyed living in Miami. I felt like I could originally retire there, because if I wanted to, I could just fly a woman out to come hang out. I could fly my own vibe to Miami if I didn't want to get that Miami vibe. I don't know if it's worth the risk anymore, y'all. For me, I don't know if it's worth the risk anymore. For me. Because that's the type of lifestyle I like. I like the lifestyle where, as a single man, I don't want a wife. I don't want to risk my wealth or my children's wealth by getting married, when I know for a fact that at least 57% of marriages end in divorce. So yeah, I can't see the point in risking the wealth I've been lucky enough or skilled enough able to build by settling down and having a wife. And at the same token, I can't get that freedom of flying a chick out from New Jersey, or flying a chick out from California, or flying a chick out from Atlanta to my condo in Miami Beach to knock it down without them saying that could possibly be sex trafficking. Nah, it's a little too much for me, y'all. It's a little too much for me. I mean, again, I'm not saying this is the way that it is. I just want to have this conversation because it was on my mind, and I'm like, yo, I know right now it's Miami property condos are having a hard time selling, but there's definitely a point where, hey, if I can't sell it at this level, then I will just keep it, and I'm at that point now. But I'm gonna give it this last hurrah for the summer to sell my condo at the lowest price that I can sell it for, and be able to do what I want to do in Colombia and do what I want to do with my credit card debt. And if I can't sell it, then I just keep it. And I gotta find a way to make a way, because I just can't see retire. If this continues, I can't see a way of retiring in the States in a happy sense. And it's not a monetary thing. It's not a money thing. It's a threat of what possibly can happen for doing stuff that, to me and to the rest of the world outside of the United States, is either standard, accepted, or simply just cool. Like I'm watching the case and I'm like, wait, so you're telling me I can give a woman an ultimatum to say, hey, I'll pay your rent and take care of you, and then I could then it could be part of the part that says I'm being charged for trafficking her because I pay her rent, and that's prostitution in the United States? God, man, they are stretching this definition so much. It's like, yo, I want it to be the most believable person that is possible, to still be able to live if you got the right means, if you got the right money, if you got the right availability. But if they're going to stretch the definition of prostitution to where I can't even pay a girl's rent so that she comes to fly to me and have free costs, dog, what? So again, and I don't. A lot of people say, well, prostitution is wrong. It's wrong for so many reasons. You're forcing them. It's not forced if somebody makes a decision and agrees and accepts the terms and conditions of the offer. It's not. That's not something you force. By definition, that's not force. But if I can be taken down for that, I can see fully why Russell Simmons lives in Bali. I can see fully why Russell Simmons moved to a place where he can't be retroactively put in trouble for the stuff he did when it was acceptable. I can't see it, y'all. It's I'm the most positive. My fault back, y'all. I'm back. My fault back, y'all. I'm back. That was really crazy. Let me get y'all when we come to like the city or outside of thing, I'll get to y'all comments because I see a lot of people commenting in the room. I'll get to the comments in a second. I am one of the most positive people in the world. Anyone that knows me knows, oh, she got money flying around all crazy. My fault, y'all. Yeah, money flying out the top. Yeah, that's crazy. I can't see a world where I can risk the wealth that I've built over these 22 years. I can't see a world where I'm willing to risk the wealth that I've built over these 22 years for them retracting something that I may have done in the past that was legal and acceptable, and extending the rule to say it's no longer legal and now we're going to charge you for it, or I could come back and I could sue you for something. Yo, it's just no way, bro. It's just no way, bro. Ain't no way, my boy. Ain't no way. All right, let me get to y'all comments because we're slowing down. But again, if you're just joining the room, if you're just coming back to the live, welcome to Jeep Talk episode 47. Why prostitution is illegal in the United States and why this P. Diddy trial has me in a rush to sell my Miami Beach condo. If anybody hasn't seen my condo, literally I'm on the water, jacuzzi. I got a jacuzzi in my condo, or a bathtub jacuzzi in my condo. I got a jacuzzi downstairs. They got a pool, like it's a boat dock, super dope. I couldn't imagine in my whole life, I could never imagine being able to get to the status where I'm at now, where I can go downstairs and just sit in the jacuzzi with a bad chick that I had invited. I wish I could, I don't know my Jeep Talks, I can't really show you the videos, but I wish I could show y'all the videos of some of the beautiful women that I've had, and I had a pleasure to have, whether I've flown them out, whether, we work things out, that I had in my Miami Beach condo. It's something I thought I'd be able to do forever, but now at the fact that if this case goes the way it looks like it's going to go, because of how they're addressing it with the prostitution, dog, there's no way I can risk my wealth by owning, except for anything that doesn't produce income in the United States. If it produces income, I'm definitely keeping my income producing properties. But if it doesn't produce income and it's just a place like my condo in Miami Beach, or even just it's tough, man. It's really tough. All right, let me get to y'all comments because I see some cool comments here. Again, shout out to my bro A1 Day One Kings and Dreams. Hash, what up, man? When y'all going to Cali, Colombia? I will be in Cali, Colombia from August 11th to August 22nd. I'm going for Petronio Alvarez Music Festival. I pretty much go every year to there, and I kind of want to make Petronio a yearly thing I go to. I also want to make Barranquilla Carnival a yearly thing I want to go to, and I'm going to make and I'm going to go to Medellin at least once a year moving forward. That's my plan. Barranquilla once a year, Medellin once a year, Cali once a year, and Cuba once a year. So moving forward, outside of that last trip I'm going to make to Thailand, I'm going to be going to those 4 places, at least those 4 places once every year. Cuba, Cali, Colombia, Barranquilla, Colombia, and Medellin, Colombia. So maybe I won't go to Medellin one year and I go to Barranquilla twice. Maybe I won't. I'll probably still go to Barranquilla every year though. But yeah, y'all. You know, I know I'm like one of the most positive people. I'm the most optimistic people in the world. I see the good in everything, but I'm a person, and realistically, I can't to fathom how far they'll go if they're willing to stretch the definition of prostitution to mean you and a woman come to an agreement that as long as she spends time with her, as long as she's your girlfriend, you'll pay for her rent. Because that's pretty much what they're saying. As long as she's your girlfriend and you pay for her rent, that is considered prostitution. Dog, we need to it's definitely gotta take another route now. Definitely gotta take another route. That whole route of yeah, hold up. Just putting all this money in here real quick, y'all. That whole route of me thinking I can have a condo in Miami, go down there when I'm not overseas, and just vibe out. I can create my own vibe there. Yeah, that don't really seem like it's feasible right now, y'all. Again, shout out to my brother A1 Day One Kings and Dreams. Hopefully I answered the question when we going back to Cali. Kirby Films, what up? Let's see. Let me see. Hey G, what's up, Hillbilly? Okay, all right. Let me see. Seahawk, what it do? He said Miami real estate not moving right now. It is. Condos aren't moving as fast. But if you price it right, it'll still move. If you price it right, you still move. What I was doing was I started mine at $275 last year because again, I'm never in a need. I haven't been in a need to sell my Miami condo where, oh my God, I gotta sell it because I can't do this. Even if it goes up HOAs, which it does every year, or even if we have to pay towards the reserves, or even if anything happens with the Champagne Towers crash, I have a tenant in my condo that pays below market rent, and that amount of money he pays me is enough for me to be able to thrive and pay off everything, even if it goes up $100, $200, $300, $400, even if the monthly fee goes up that much. But it in my head it was like, yo, it don't make sense, man. It just don't make sense, and I don't like where it's going, so that's why I'm making these moves. So I started at 275, and I've just been lowering it down. I did have this low 220 I did have this low 220 number that I knew I wouldn't really go any lower than as far as the 220 number. But and if I couldn't sell it for this number 220, then I just keep it and just deal with and have to sell it later, because because I definitely am not gonna be able to do what I really want to do in Miami if this is the way they're moving. A prenup can help, bro. Not really. A lot of people don't understand that the prenup is good, but the prenup still causes a lot of issues, y'all. Having a prenup still causes a lot of issues. You're still gonna lose a lot of money. You just won't lose as much money. And if she wait out the prenup, even how long it is, whether it's 5 or 10 years, you're still gonna lose more money. The prenup is not guaranteed that is going to be what saves your wealth if you're getting a divorce. It's just not. It's not it. Let me see. What's going on, Dave? By now, sure enough, what it do? Hold on, let me send a text message real quick. I will be right back. All right, I'm back, y'all. Again, y'all. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome to Jeep Talk episode 47. Welcome to Jeep Talk episode 47. Why prostitution is illegal in the United States, and why this Diddy trial has me in a rush to my Miami Beach condo. Control. The simple answer is control. If I can control something that you have a natural desire to do as a human, then I can find a way to monetize that. And I can find a way to monetize your natural ability. Again, something I said that was like more easily for everyone to understand, women, men, and everything, was, check this out. When I went to Ghana, I realized I couldn't drink the water out of the water fountain, right? I couldn't drink the water out of the luxury condo I was in. I couldn't drink the water out of the restaurant, the fancy 5-star restaurant I went in. But, so if I wanted water, I had to pay for it. Monetizing the necessity that you need. It's the same thing as far as people needing sex. Men and women both need sex. In the United States, it's only legal in the capital where you can gamble and make money. Just think about that. The only place it's legal is where you can gamble and make money. It's not. Can you imagine if prostitution was legal in New York? Do you know how many people would be out of business? Do you know how many men would be saving a lot more money? Bro, it's just. Hold up, let me see. Hashtag, I lost 600K. Whoa! Wait a minute. Hold on a second, Hold on a second, Hash. I might have read that wrong. Hold up. Hashtag, I lost 600K of my 401k money through divorce. Fellas, please don't. See, that is crazy. I didn't even think wow, man. I didn't even think your 401k could get touched like that. But yo, imagine, Hash says, I lost 600K of my 401k money through divorce. Fellas, please do not get married. How do you use, just think how crazy this is. How do I lose money that I was putting away from my job in a divorce, and I worked for the money? I'm guessing, Hash, that a lot of that money came before you got married. So now you're not even just talking about money that you accumulated when you were married. Hash is possibly talking about money he had in there before, and money that maybe his job contributed to it. So again, I would say, y'all, give me a second, y'all. What's going on, man? Hello. Hey, ma. I'm on a video. I'm on live.
This is my granddaughter.
Oh, for me?
Yes.
Okay, that's it.
Please raise your hand before you go to graduation.
It's not the 19th.
Oh, okay. So he's gonna come. He'll be here tomorrow too.
Tomorrow too?
Yeah. So you
okay. Tomorrow, 1?
Huh?
1?
1 day. One day until the last day of school.
1 day till his birthday.
Yeah, that's 24 hours.
Yeah, his birthday's tomorrow.
Yeah.
24 hours.
So what would you do for your birthday?
I want a drone.
It's too late, my boy.
A what?
A drone.
Yeah, he's definitely not old enough for a drone either.
Oh, okay.
He's definitely not old enough for a drone. That's deadly.
I'm buying him clothes.
Yeah, because it can.
I'm getting him some clothes for his birthday.
Okay.
So what size undershirt does he wear?
16, 18 undershirt. I think it's 16, 18. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna get the tank tops for the summer.
18, 20.
18, 20?
18, 20, because he'd be bigger, buddy.
Okay, and underwear?
Probably the same thing. 18, 20.
18, 20? Okay, I'm gonna get it 18, 20.
You got your phone?
Yeah.
Right.
Is that enough to give him room for everything?
Yeah, it would. It'd be alright.
Okay, I'm gonna do that on Monday.
Okay.
All right, babe.
Love you too.
Love you too.
All right.
Look at this boy.
It's not what. It's alright. It's okay. Yeah,
it's got some stuff in it.
She'll be okay.
All right.
Anyway.
I gotta see y'all later. Seatbelt on. Give me a kiss.
Huh?
Give me a kiss. Love you. All right.
All right.
Oh, my detergent.
Oh.
I was looking for that.
Here you go.
Thank you.
You got it, ma.
All right. See y'all later.
All right.
He had pizza.
You got pizza?
Yeah.
All right.
And he had pizza. What else you have?
For lunch.
Pizza. We forgot to get the Jello.
Yeah, it's fine.
So you get tomorrow? Okay.
Yeah. All right, ma.
All right, babe.
All right, y'all. Again, let me get your comments. Antonio, what you on, bro? Much love. I appreciate it, Antonio. We're just having a conversation about control and how the reason why prostitution is illegal in the United States, which as well as the reason why I'm kind of in a rush to sell my condo in Miami. I mean, I don't need to, but I do want to put a rush on it because, again, what I've been seeing with the Diddy trial, and just even before the Diddy trial, but I've been seeing with the different things that have been occurring where people are going way back. Dog, Smokey Robinson. Oh my God! Regardless of what he was doing, whether it's right or wrong, you're gonna tell me that you can go back 60-something years for something he did that was acceptable by the person at that time he may have paid for, and all of a sudden now that he's 80-something years old, he could be sued for it, bro. That's not the type of place I want to invest my money, unless I'm making money off that money. That's not the type of place I want to. And again, I bought the condo in Miami as a plan for retirement, so I could retire and just live the life I want when I didn't want to be out of the country. But man, oh man, if this is the risk that comes with that, I want no parts. I want no parts at all. But again, y'all, it's not trying to dissuade you guys from planning something like that. I'm just giving you guys my thoughts on, and this is not a right or wrong thing, just my thoughts on the risk that you're taking if the United States is continuing to be able to go down this path of legitimizing a woman or a man accepting money for their time, and then 30 years later, or not even money for their time, you giving money to a woman. Oh, what the heck is going on there? No, it's not, I don't know. And then 30 years later, you on trial, and they're bringing, huh? Oh no, I'm doing the Jeep talk. It might be a crash. But and then 30 years later, they'll bring it back where now you're in court and it's going up. Everything is coming up, and now this is looking at as a racket. Oh my God, no way. She's no way. Again, I'm not trying to dissuade anybody. I'm just giving my thoughts and stuff, man. Just my thoughts. Hold on a second, y'all. Let me get your comments again. Let's see this. I can't really see that good on this with this light. Dave Chappelle said it's best that men quit. Hold on a second. Dave Chappelle said it's best if men could get laid in cardboard box. Wait, I can't. Hold on a second. Oh, I gotta wait till he comes to stop, y'all. Yeah, because this sun is sunning right now, right, son? The sun is sunning right now. Okay. So I can't. It's my eyes and right. Man. Again, I think it's all about control, y'all. I know this is longer Jeep talk than usual, but I just felt like it was a lot on the mind connected, and I had some time, so. And I'm not, again, I would encourage anybody who hasn't, who's renting right now, if you are willing to be a landlord, I would still encourage people to buy a home where you can rent the first and second floor, maybe live in the basement or live on the third floor, a duplex or a triplex or a quad, where you can live in one unit and rent the rest. I would encourage all this because you're definitely going to need an income to survive abroad or to retire. I just can't see how, as much as I'm working, as hard as I'm working, as much as I'm doing with YouTube, real estate, with working the regular job, I can't see how people plan to retire, because although I am retiring early, it's going to take a lot to be able to retire comfortably, especially if you don't know the world. All right, here we go. Dave Chappelle said it best: "If men could get laid in a cardboard box, we wouldn't buy a house." That's a fact. That is a fact. That is a fact, man. The works. You didn't think of. Bone says, "Run, brother." Sean Hope says, "America's crazy." All right, so again, I don't think America's crazy. I understand that America is a business. It's a company. And what is the responsibility of the company? To use your company employees to make your company's net value go up, to increase your profit for your company. How can you increase your profit for your company? Well, guess what? If my employees have to come to me for benefits, then they can't go elsewhere and get benefits, and they can't go elsewhere and get benefits for cheaper. Then my company grows even more. If I make prostitution illegal in my state, right, in my country, and I make it harder for people from my country to go to Thailand, to go to Brazil, to go to Colombia, because maybe I raise the prices on flights, or maybe I say if you have certain offenses, you can't travel, or maybe I say if you get divorced because you learn late, then I'm going to make sure that the other person takes all your money, because I know they're going to spend the money here. They're not going to do what Khalees did and go over to another country, Kenya, and build a farm and do all this. Most of the women who take the money after divorce, they stay right here in the States and they spend that money. They blow that money on bags. They blow that money on cars, and men too. If men get so again, I can't see a lot. And again, I'm a realistic person, and I think logically. I can't logically see a place where, if this case goes the way it seems like it's going, as far as them not focusing on the racketeering, but rather focusing on the lifestyle of paying women from other states to fly, or giving women allowances, not even paying. You're not saying here's $100, fly to me. No, I'm saying here's your allowance for the month, be on call when I need you. If that is now considered prostitution, and that can then be exaggerated to racketeering, bruh, I want no parts of that. I want no parts of that. I'll make my money and I'll go. When I retire, I'll go. I'll come back to see my little man. I'll come back to see my daughter. Come back to see the family. But I'll be Russell Simmons out here, going most of the year. So again, I don't think America is crazy. I think America is a corporation that is doing what's best for the corporation. But what's best for the corporation isn't always what's best for the individual. And that's what a lot of people don't ever think. You know, a lot of us black people, we were bred to believe that what's best for the group is best for the individual. But not in 2025. Maybe that existed in 1960. Maybe that existed in 1900s. But in 2025, what's best for the group, whether it's us, whether it's travelers, whether it's United States citizens, it's not best for the individual, because the majority of individuals want freedom, in my opinion. Or do they? Do they even know? Maybe that's a question I need to ask myself. Do the majority of individuals even know what freedom is? Like when I talk to some of my friends, my close friends, and I see how they are comfortable in a lifestyle that I could never be comfortable in, because there's a certain amount of freedom. Do people really know what freedom is? Would they rather? It makes me think. Like when I see people online, when I see people in person do stuff that is going to cause them to stay in this bare minimum status of their life, and they're comfortable with it. Maybe I am wrong. Maybe maybe there's less people on earth that want freedom and less people on earth that want to be able to move how they want to move than people who just want to make sure that they can achieve status quo. I don't know. Maybe there is. Maybe I'm wrong. You know? But again, I just can't fathom. Oh, what's going on, Intuition? I seen the messages, but I seen the messages go across the screen. I couldn't read them, but I'll check them out as I get off live. DMR, what's going on? What's going on? If you guys are just joining the live, welcome to Jeep Talk episode 47. We got about like 20 more minutes. A lot of traffic, maybe 15 minutes. Dog, where am I go? Ain't nobody here. Welcome to Jeep Talk 47. Why prostitution is illegal in the United States, and why this P. Diddy trial has me in rushing to sell my Miami Beach condo. Man, I never imagined I would be able to be. I had this for 5 years, I think. I had it for 5 years now, right? So 5 years ago, I was 35. Yeah, I never imagined I'd be a 35-year-old who was worth $1 million net worth, who had a condo on the water in Miami Beach that I could use for retirement. Never imagined that at 35, at 25, at 15, at 10. Never thought about that. But when I achieved it, I felt dope. Even though in the back of my mind, I'm like, there's a lot of stuff going on in the States that can make me feel a little way. But you know what? If I want a woman, because I know I don't want to be in a relationship, I don't want to risk losing my wealth. I can just fly a woman down. Now I can't do that now. Or yeah, so that's that, man. DMR says, where am I headed next to? I am going to Cali, Colombia for 2 weeks in August for Petronio Alvarez Music Festival. If you're just walking in, I mentioned it earlier. Every year I plan on going to Cali, Colombia for Petronio Alvarez, Barranquilla for Colombia, and I'll go to Medellin once a year, and I plan on going to Cuba at least once a year, every year from now on. Outside of the outside of the Thailand trip I want to make, that's pretty much going to be my cycle until I retire. And then when I retire, maybe things will change a little bit. I'll change things up a little bit, because when I retire and my little man is, whether he's in college or whether he's working in foreign business, currency banks and stuff like that, I'll come back. I'll hang out with him when he's like 18, 19. My daughter, she's going to Ghana, but if she comes back after cosmetology school, then I'll hang out with her, and hang out with my family sometime for Christmas. But aside from that, yeah, man, Russell Simmons had the answer for a long time, man. People didn't know. You working on that legacy, bro? Right now, no, because I'll give you guys an update on the legacy since you guys asked. Since DMR asked. Yes and no, actually. Yes and no. I'm always working on my legacy, first thing. But unfortunately, the woman I had building a legacy with in Cuba and Colombia had to get switched. Mainly, I'll start with Cuba. Cuba got switched because, again, I don't put my all into one woman and I let all the women know. But I also don't force a woman to only be with me. So, unfortunately, the Cuban legacy that I was working on with the woman who's part of the Cuban legacy I was working on with, ended up getting pregnant and ended up, I think she had a kid like yesterday or something. We still talk as friends because you never know. Just because we're not building a legacy together anymore doesn't mean that we can't still assist each other out. So the woman I was building a legacy with in Cuba, that's a done deal. As far as building a legacy with, you'll probably still see it on the channel from time to time when I go to Cuba, because I'm still cool with her. But as far as building a legacy with her, no. But the legacy of building in Cuba is still going on. I still plan on going at least once a year when I do find some fine-ish. When I go back down there that can show loyalty, I'll start building again with her. As far as Colombia, I am not sure what happened, but I have an idea. The Colombian legacy went from Medellin back to San Andreas, where she's from. When I met her, she was in Medellin in school, finishing up for her ambulatory license, so she could work as an EMS person. Everything was going great. When she went back to San Andreas, things were okay. We were making a plan for going to Jamaica this year, which I'm happy we didn't go because I was able to maneuver the money other places with the whole YouTube thing going on. And I believe, if I'm wrong, maybe I'm wrong. She said, what did she say? The ability of us to continue the way we was continuing couldn't go because my lifestyle was too much for her to deal with. That's what she said. But what I believe, if I have to take an educated guess, what I believe happened is that somebody sent her the video of the snacks I filmed while we were in Medellin together, and she went to finish her last weekend in school, because she mentioned some things about the women on my channel and being pros. And I said, wait, when did I ever tell you that any of the women on my channel were pros? Because I don't talk like that on my channel. And when you've never brought up anything about my channel until you got back to San Andreas. And then I said, hey, when I come to San Andreas, I would like to hang out with you and go, you can show me around your home. And she goes, oh, but you know, this is not a place for pros. And I said, whoa, what kind of answer was that? Like, what kind of question was that? So in my head, I believe, and they always do, I was just watching some videos that you'll see in the future of me and other women that I met, who somebody seen the video, reached out to the woman and clicked on it and said, hey, his channel, this and this. But again, I'm so accustomed to it. I actually appreciate that, even though I don't like it. I appreciate that because it shows me how strong-willed the woman is. So when it comes to my Colombian legacy, I'm still working on building both, my Colombian and my Cuban legacy. I just got to start looking again for, or keeping myself open again for a woman who's able to deal with the lifestyle that comes with and the benefit that lifestyle comes with. You know what I'm saying? Like, it does take a strong woman to be able to know how I move, but at the same token, it comes with benefits like, yo, you need a flight somewhere, I might get you that flight. You know what I mean? But it also comes with requirements that you can't be on nobody else's channel, you can't be out there making me look bad. But not all women can take that. Give me a second. Come on, my boy. Yeah. Let me see how close to an hour we are. I might go upstairs, even though the Jeep talk started in the Jeep. We might go upstairs and finish this conversation so I get to all your messages to show you how I appreciate you guys for joining this Jeep talk. So we'll go upstairs and then we'll finish the Jeep talk upstairs under the air conditioner. When we bring the fan in your room? Yeah, I know. You sweating. Come on. Boy said he wanted a drone.
I didn't know there was a age requirement for a drone.
Yes.
How?
Because if
You're not gonna run a drone to yourself.
But let me say, if you fly a drone in the sky, right?
Uh-huh.
And it gets stuck on that cord right there, right?
Yeah.
And it gets tangled up in that cord, and it chops the cord, and everybody's power goes out.
Yeah.
What do you think happens?
Get in trouble?
But you're too young to get in trouble. So guess who gets in trouble?
Who? You?
Ta-da!
You have to be old enough to get in trouble to play with it.
There you go. You have to be old enough to get in trouble to play with a drone. I like how you said that. But if you still want one when you're old enough, guess what I'll do?
You
I'll buy you a drone. Where's your snack bag? Okay. All right, let me get to y'all. I'm gonna get to y'all comments, y'all. Okay, Omar Suarez. When we shout out to Omar Suarez in the building. When we get upstairs, just stay. Give me like 3 minutes. We get upstairs. I'll explain to that 100% again, because I know as I was moving around and stuff, people don't get a chance to hear. Now let me out of this. Where are my keys? Here we go. It was hot today at school.
Definitely.
How was the field day?
It was good.
It was good.
Yeah.
What did y'all play?
We played this game called Capture the Flag.
Oh, capture the flag.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's tough. What grades versus which grades?
It was 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th against 1st through 4th.
Oh, they killed.
No, but we got a couple counselors. So.
Okay, I'm about to say because that's not fair. All right, come on.
4 counselors on our team.
You got 4 counselors on your team?
So we still won.
That's great. Hold up. I'm gonna Wi-Fi on y'all.
It was capture the flag. So it was actually like capture the flag and make sure not to get the flag stolen. You could grab the flag from other people if they're trying to like steal your flag. You could grab it from other people. If that's your team's flag, you can grab it from them.
Hold on a second, y'all. Keys to get in the house.
Some people call capture the flag wars.
Flag wars?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just,
Hold on. Let me set my little man up with his flag wars. Cause it is hot in here, y'all. Okay. We'll get to give me 2 more minutes. We'll get to that question. Yeah, I remember you worked the same time as me. I'm gonna get y'all a question as soon as I sit down by the computer. We want me to put it up there. I hold this phone with. Thank you, Bruce. Let's bring this down. You gonna be sitting in your chair?
yeah.
All right. I'm gonna put it over here.
Huh?
Keep the camera on me, boy?
What?
The camera ain't on me.
You don't want the camera to be on you?
It's not on me.
You want it to be on me?
I want it to be on me, but you had it on in the ground. You good right there?
Huh?
That's okay?
Huh?
We'll turn it more.
I didn't sit in my chair. Not when I get in my chair.
Okay.
You can turn it on more.
Huh?
Turn it on more.
No, I turned it towards you more.
Oh.
All right, y'all.
I thought you could put it on settings or something.
Nah. I'm about to get in the AC though, cause you know I'm older, so I need that heat. All right, I'm gonna get y'all comments now. Hold on. All right, let me get y'all comments before we end this live, y'all. It's Jeep Talks. Oh, gotta get under this AC. Oh shucks. Yes, son.
TV ain't turning on.
Oh, yeah, I forgot it's unplugged. Hold on a second, y'all. All right, it's plugged in, my boy. All right, y'all. Here we go. We back. The light. Let me turn this. Let me finish this conversation. We'll finish the Jeep Talk. All right. Let me see. All right, we got what's going on, Kasi? I got America is crazy. You don't think a prenup? Make sure I got all the questions there. Dang, that's 600K. It's crazy. Eddie J, what up? All right, let me get to y'all comments and then we can end this.
Oh, never mind.
Thank you. I thought you told her to deal about other women up front. No, Wiser. That's the thing. If you're talking about the one in Colombia, I told her about other women up front, and she was cool with it because she wasn't looking for anything serious. And she was cool with just doing that. But again, I think what occurred is that, remember, when I was with her the last time in November, when I was with her in Medellin, I was with her every day except for the day when she had to go to work for the day. And when she had to go to work for the day, I brought the snacks over so I could film snacks. I feel like somebody sent her that video and said, "Hey, look, he deals with pros and this is this," because it wasn't until after that time visiting her where she started coming to me with the pro talk. And I was like, "Oh, I don't understand that. I told you that, listen, I deal with other women. This is what it is, but you are the woman I want to build a legacy with." Unfortunately, things like that happen. Again, I told you guys when I was dealing with the little woman, I guess, I don't know, I can't say Mitch. So I say the little woman, when I was dealing with the little woman, in the middle of us, and I might make a story time out of this, so I don't want to go into too much detail. In the middle of me and the little woman, her phone was going off like crazy. We had just did a video, and I posted the video on my YouTube channel. Like an hour later, her phone's going off crazy. Text message, call. She's turning it down, and so finally we finished, and then all of a sudden she goes to the phone and she's reading, and she's like, "Oh, I think somebody I know follows you on YouTube." And I go, "Why?" And she goes, "Look." And as I'm looking at the messages, the guy sitting here like, "Yo, don't sleep with him. He got this disease, he got that disease. He don't do nothing but sleep with women unprotected. This is and this." And I'm looking like, "Yo, this same guy be in the chat room like giving me props for showing people stuff." And I'm like, but here he's like kicking my back in to the woman who I just knocked down bareback. So I'm like, it don't even make any sense. So again, I believe that is what really occurred, because she, again, you see how many episodes she was on. You see how much stuff we did together. We done jumped off a cliff together. But again, if a woman can't get with the program that I have, then I don't get upset. I just say, hey, it was fun while it lasted. It'll be a great memory. And unfortunately, I think that's what happened. All right, so let me get down to Omar Suarez. Again, shout out to Omar Suarez in the building. He said, "I missed the beginning. Why are you now rushing to sell your Miami Beach condo?" All right, so here's the thing. Originally, I planned to sell it, and I was like, I'm not in a rush because I brought the condo at 167. I listed it at 275. I thought I was going to make 3 to 4 times as much money as I invested in it. Easy. I had to bring it down a little bit. So let me get more realistic. I brought it down to about 250. That's what, along with all the other people's condos, was like 250, and then the condo stuff happened, and I'm like, I didn't bring it down a little bit more. I brought it down to 245, and I was like, all right, there's got to be a point where it doesn't make sense to sell it because I'm getting rent that's paying for the condo, and I'm getting profit off of the rent, and I have a low interest rate. So there's a point when it doesn't make sense to sell it. Then I started seeing like what's going on with the Diddy case, but I had seen stuff earlier, and then I started seeing what's going on with Smokey Robinson, I think it is, and a lot of these people. I'm like, wait a minute. If they're making it now to where if I fly a woman out from New Jersey to my condo in Miami, and maybe I pay for a flight, or maybe I give her an allowance so that she's on call whenever I want her to come, you're going to consider that prostitution in the United States? Oh, then I'm not taking a chance on this. It's not worth it for me anymore. Because I worked too hard to get to where I'm at now. At 35, when I'm a millionaire and I owned, what's the name? My property ain't up in price anymore, but I'm still well off. To risk somebody being able to go back when I was flying chicks out and say, yo, that's prostitution in the States. You going down. It's too much of a risk. It's too much of a risk for me to think, hey, in the future, I'll be comfortable with owning in Miami Beach where I can relax, because I don't want a relationship. I don't want to be I don't want to risk a marriage where 47% of, no, 57% of marriages end in divorce, where I got to worry about the wealth I'm trying to leave my kids getting depleted by a woman who says, hey, he sex trafficked me from Cali to New Jersey or to Miami Beach because he paid for my flight. And he gave me some money so that I could have to catch an Uber, or some money so I could have to make sure I'm on call. It's not worth it to me. It's just not worth it to me. So this is what's making me put a rush into wanting to sell my place, where I drop my place down to $220,000. Now that's the bottom. That's the bottom. Of course, if I don't sell it by the end of summer, I'll just keep it, and I'll just try to sell it again later, after a couple years. But 220 that's the bottom. That's bottom. Even cash offers can't even get that much lower than 220. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I'd rather take the money now, pay off all my debt, get a HELOC on one of the properties I have here that are worth like $700,000, like this property I'm living in. I have right now. Take a HELOC out of that for $100. Go buy my place in Colombia, so I'm only paying 8% off of that $100,000. I'm only paying 8%, and I own the place in Colombia fully, because I don't feel as though you're going to ever have to worry in Colombia or Mexico or even Costa Rica about them saying, yo, 30 years later, we want to charge you for flying a girl out from this place to this place, and we're going to call you a sex trafficker and a racketeer. I don't want no problems with this. I don't want any problems with this. And again, I told people, the reason why prostitution is illegal in the United States is because of control. If I can control something that you need, I know a lot of people say, well, you don't need prostitution. Well, 90% of people need sex. Sex is going to cost you if you have to take somebody out to get to know them. Whether you like guys, whether you like girls, whether you like both. Whoever is the person who wants it is going to have to take somebody out to pay for it. Now, when you take somebody out and you go to Burger, you take it out to Benny Child's. Yes, Benny Child's, or take it out to Cheesecake Factory. Yes, Cheesecake Factory is making money, but Cheesecake Factory has to pay the government. So through your inhibition of me knowing that you have to, you're gonna have to pay money. You're gonna have to spend money if you want sex. If you want sex, the government's still getting paid. If you want to get married, you got to buy a wedding ring. You buy a wedding ring from somebody, they got to pay taxes on that. The government's getting paid. That's how you monetize monetize a person's need for sex. That's how you monetize a person's need for sex. Think about this. If it was legal for prostitutes in the United States fully, not just in Nevada, but fully, do you think that many people will be going to movies, taking dates to the movies? Do you think that many people will be getting married and risking their wealth? Do you think all this stuff would happen? It would cause an economic crash in the United States, because a lot of people wouldn't be doing that if I can go right next door and get the top quality woman for $40. So the fact that they're extending that definition to where, and mind you, it's so bad now. You can get an SO charge. If you know what SO is, you can get an SO charge if you smash a prost in a car. Why would you risk that? That's risking your wealth. So again, control. So again, when I was okay with that right there, I was okay with not ever paying a woman money in the States I'm cool with that. But when they started extending the definition to, if you fly her out, that's sex trafficking. Oh, wait a minute. If you give her like a monthly stipend so that she can be on your call to go out and do stuff when you want to do stuff, and if you have that's gonna be prostitution too. Oh, wait, hold on. That's too much for me. Again, that's too much for me. So my ideas of me being able to retire in Miami, I might just want to lounge in the jacuzzi, like in my videos, lounge in the jacuzzi with another joint, a joint that's come over. Hey, don't worry about it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give you $500. You catch the flight. You come over here. We gonna have fun. Oh no, sex trafficking. Can't do that. That means I can't do that when I retire. What kind of life would I live in Miami? As an older man, what kind of life would I live in Miami? So that's the reason why I'm in a rush to sell my Miami crib. If it don't sell for the price I'm selling for now, by the end of summer, I'll just keep it. until I can sell it in the future. I'm going to still be able to sell it because it's on the water. It's going to sell. Whether the price is low or the price is high, it's going to sell, and I'm going to make a profit. But in the meantime, it's still getting paid down because I have tenants there. I have a tenant there, but it's just too much right now, y'all. And we over an hour, so if you guys got any last comments, shoot them right now. Y'all know I'm the most optimistic person in the world, y'all. I'm the most optimistic person you will ever meet. Never have an issue with anybody as far as a beef issue or anything like that. Never talk down on anybody as far as me saying something that's not true. But I can't foresee the United States, if this is the route they're going. I'm giving it, because if this is the route they're going with the future, I can't see the United States being the place where I can own a property and retire in unless the property making me income, as far as a multifamily. If it's not a multifamily, I can't see owning in the United States if this is the route they're going, especially for us meaning black brothers. So yeah, hopefully Justin Holmes, what's going on? Salute. So I'm officially retired at the young age of 44 and now traveling the world. That's what it is, y'all. That's what it is. I think I could have retired. I could retire right now. I could sell my place and retire right now. But for me, I think it's important because I got kids. For me, and even though my daughter is actually graduating this month, and going to Ghana, I still got my son. My son is about to be 9 tomorrow. So I got to be here. I need to walk him through this life in the United States. So give him some kind of guidance so he can figure out what he wants to be, figure out how he wants to live, and give him guidance so he can live comfortably in this big 3-bedroom apartment or condo in Miami or in the other part of West Orange, or in Newark, or just however he wants to live when he gets 18. I want him to be prepared, because if this is what they're doing now, I think as a parent, you got to be able to give your kid a walkthrough. Bless you. Because, man, Smokey Robinson is like 82, I think, right? And he just got a charge from 30 years ago from a woman he was paying to knock down that was working for him, and he was paying extra money to have fun with. Bruh. I can't believe this, bruh. This is Jeep Talk, man. I'm gonna end this right now. I'm just gonna look at your messages. Jeep Talk, episode 47. Why prostitution is illegal in the United States, and why this P. Diddy trial has me in a rush to sell my Miami Beach condo. Yeah, Wisdom, definitely. I mean, I don't really. Again, some of the women don't mind me saying it. She didn't really mind me saying it. I just didn't want to say it right then because it was too close to when it was too close to when I dropped the video. I don't like, if you see the face, I don't like people knowing it. But she don't mind. She in a relationship now. She don't care. She in a relationship now. She cool. We cool. Bruh, it's a lot of women on my channel that I wouldn't be able to say at any time, because, you know what I mean. But a lot of people just they can't understand, like, just because if I show a woman, a lot of people think if I show a woman and we're not like hugged up on each other, then it's just a woman I met. But a lot of times it's a lot of stuff I keep off camera because of what's possibly could happen, kind of like what I believe happened with the woman in Medellin, with the Jamaican Colombian woman. But again, still cool. We still follow each other on WhatsApp, Instagram, all that stuff. But at the same token, again, I'm not blaming the woman if she can't accept the lifestyle after, you know. Des Days, what's going on? You're the realest brother, man. I'm just another brother from the city, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate Dread Days. Clayway, what up? Dog named Spurt. You. Ahoy, bruv. Oh, what's going on? UK in the building. Yeah, but you can bribe the cops, bro. Not in the States anymore, bro. If they really want you, they want you. And if they keep extending the definition of prostitution in the States, bro, or the definition of what is liable, 30. Yo, dog, Smokey is 82 years old. You're telling me he had a foreign nanny, a foreign cleaner who he paid extra money to, and she was cool with it. But 30 years later, she's not cool with it. She sues him and she can get money. Oh my God, what world are we living in? You telling me 50's baby mother can accept $10,000 a month and that's cool, and she's supposed to do everything, but now all of a sudden it's something wrong with her accepting the $10,000 for rent? And dog, Cassie, bro, again, man, I just whatever, man. You see, I'll say this again. Wise people learn from their mistakes. No, smart people learn from their mistakes. Wise people learn from the mistakes of others. This, these occurrences that are happening are making me a wise man. Where you now in the trap? I'm in. I'm not in the trap. It's not really a trap, but how much you want, and where about? Are you still interested? I really wanted Playa del Carmen, but the Playa del Carmen was because it was Playa del Carmen property was because of Colombia was having an issue, and on top of that, I had the availability back when my property was worth a lot more money. But here's the thing: when America started going into decline as far as it being difficult for people to buy houses, Playa del Carmen real estate went through the roof. It went through the roof. Like, since I made that video where I said, yo, I'm gonna buy a crib in Playa because Colombia is acting up during the pandemic, which was like 2021, Playa del Carmen real estate has almost doubled in price. Almost doubled in price. Because a lot of the people who can't afford property in the United States, even the wealthy white people or the wealthy black people or Indian people, they're buying property in Playa because Mexico to them isn't as risky as a Colombia. Costa Rica is already tapped out. So Mexico, Playa del Carmen and Cancun was too tourist. Playa del Carmen is going crazy with prices right now. Even Tulum right now is going crazy with prices right now. Where you can't get in Tulum, or no, you can't get in Playa del Carmen anywhere within 10 blocks of Avenue 5 without paying $120,000. Even a studio, anywhere within 5 blocks, and I don't just mean 5 blocks going towards the highway. No. I mean 5 blocks going past down to 20th Street, 5 blocks going down the other way. You're getting nothing within that radius for less than $120, and that's a studio. So for me, I just couldn't see it. In Colombia, where I want to buy in Barranquilla, I can still get my place for $80,000. If I want to do Medellin even getting crazy right now. And for me, Medellin was never an option because it's not centrally located for me. Meaning that if Medellin airport shuts down, you got to go 6 hours to 8 hours to Bogota to catch a flight. There is another domestic flight that's like a domestic small that flies between Colombia about 4 hours away in like a small town. But if you buy a property in Medellin, you got to go 6 to 8 hours on a bus to get to Bogota to catch an international flight. But in Barranquilla, I can go 2 hours to Cartagena. I can go 2.5 hours to Santa Marta. So and it gives me 3 international airports within a 2 hour and a half span, 2 hour span. So that's why for me, Barranquilla was the only place, or Cartagena. Barranquilla or Cartagena were the only places that I would choose to buy a property in Colombia. And Cartagena just wasn't gonna happen. It's just too small of a place. Based on tourism. It's just based on tourism to me. But Playa del Carmen was an option for me to buy until even Tulum was an option until the prices just went out the roof. So again, I sell my condo. I'm going to make double. I'll tell you numbers just for you guys that are listening. Since we got some time, I brought my place for $167,000. I had to put like $45,000 into it because it didn't require reserves. And when something doesn't require reserves, the insurance company wants you to be more vested. It wants you to have more money into it. So of the 167, I put $45,000 in. $45,000 into it. And I eventually paid it down a little bit faster. So I currently only owe like 105 on my Miami Beach property. I currently only owe $105,000, but it's really worth $250. It's really worth $250, but I'm fire selling it for $220. So of that $220, and I lived in it, mind you, I lived in it for 4 out of the last 6 years. 5 years. 3 out of the last 5 years I lived in it. So I'll get a tax exemption when I sell it. So 105 is what I owe. It's going to sell for $220. It says it sell for $220, right? 105 is what I owe. I break off $115, but I have to pay the realtor. The realtor 10% of what it was ended up being like $7,000. So 220. I break 115, $7,000. I leave with $107,000. So I sell my property. I leave with $107,000. The property I need to pay for the property I need and for the property I want in Barranquilla, it's 80,000 right now just on the thing. There's a couple of them actually in the building. It's 80,000. Of course, I'll try to negotiate down to 60 or 70, but it's 80,000. If I spent 80,000 on it, and then I got to spend another 5,000 for the lawyer to make sure things go right, well then I walk away with a property completely paid off in Colombia and 15,000 cash to fix it up. So that is optimally what my plan is to do, and that's why I'm so far in a rush right now to sell my Miami Beach property, because I'm the lowest price in the market right now. The property is A1. It's on the water. I got my realtor doing it. My realtor, people been offering me 200 for it, and I'm like, I'm not taking anything less than 220. So in cash, I might work with that, but not much. So people been offering me 220. I've been getting offers for 200,000 for my property for the last year. I've been getting a bunch of offers for 200,000. I got one offer for 190 the other day. Ridiculous. But I've been getting offers for even the person who's living there now. My tenant who's living in my condo now offered me 200,000 to buy my place, and I was like, no, I can't sell it. I don't want to sell it for that because it's not worth it. I can make $2,200 a month off the property, and that's below the market rent. It doesn't even make sense. So again, I've had the option. I've had options to sell for 200. Not going to happen. So again, if I don't sell for this, then I'll just keep it until the market flips or whatever it does need to do. But yeah, just I had hopes, yo. I'm optimistic. I had hopes for being able to retire, keeping Miami and being a place to just retire. When it's only 105 I owe on it. Come on now. I had a plan to just be able to retire, go down there and just chill, but bruh, no way. Let me see. Candace said, "Nah, it's impossible." What's impossible? Oh yeah, nah. He said it's impossible. I never say nothing's impossible, but I ain't got enough money to really want to bribe a cop over here and risk it. Travel Squad, what up? What up? Travel Squad, what's good, Flyboy? Be careful with those HELOCs. As long as you have a renter, it's good. You're good. Wait for the market to Well, I have a HELOC already. I've had a HELOC since 2018. I've had a HELOC in one of my other properties. But the thing about the HELOC is at 8% right now. It's at 8%. But even if it goes up to 10%, that's less than the credit cards I'm trying to pay off. Again, I got into some credit card debt working with doing all the stuff I've been doing lately and buying a property. So I have all that paid off also. He said, let's see. Hold on, I'm trying to read it. As long as you have a renter, wait until your market is that's what I said. That's why I'm not that's why I didn't sell it for 200. That's why 220 was the cutoff for me. And I'm giving it 3 months in the summer, then I'll just say forget it. But because again, when you got a renter and you're below market, the market rent for where I live is $2,400. That's the market rent. For my fault. The marketplace rent for my condo in Colombia is $2,400. That's the lowest rent in the area on the water. Maybe across the street off the water you can get it for like 19, 20. But if you're on the water, it's $2,400 for a studio. That's the market. Mine's is at like 2,200. Actually, mine's like 2,100. But I could raise it up to 2,200, and maybe even 200, 300 to be still under the market. But again, I only wanted to do that to see if I wanted to keep it long term, or if I couldn't get a seller for what I know I could pretty sell it for. So that was the only reason why I was like still keeping that as an option. That's why I stopped showing women. These trolls are ruthless. I mean, it's life, but I accept it when it comes with, because at the end of the day, there's going to be another woman. Come on, bro. Now, at the end of the day, there's going to be another woman. There's never not going to be a woman that I can't build a legacy with. There's never not. What, is she the right woman or the wrong woman? No. But who knows? You never know with time. But bro, there's always going to be, no matter, I can put every single woman I put on the page, people could shut down, they could figure her out, find her on Tinder, find her on Bumble, they could find her in Colombia and make some story up that makes me sound crazy and she leaves. Bro, there's too many. There's so many other women. It's going to be another woman. So when I find the woman who's willing to listen to all the stuff people are saying, watch the videos, and still stick around, then I know I got a powerful unit for my legacy. So, if anything, thank you. Thank you to the people who say something. Because it shows me, who's who before I risk something and mess it up. Can you imagine if I had got her pregnant and then all of a sudden this would have happened? And then I'm like, oh, she was too late. So again, it's happened multiple times before. So I'm accustomed to it. Pimp Skywalker, 100%. If you found something that makes you happy, keep it to yourself. Again, I understand that for a lot of people. But I look at life differently. My life, I was so blessed to get to where I'm at from where I'm really from and for what I've been through, that if I can use my life to show it's possible, that's cool with me. Even if it comes at the bad part of not being able to find that woman to be part of my legacy in Colombia, or find that woman to be part of my legacy in Cuba. Even if it comes with that bad part, I accept it. Even if it comes with, everyone says, oh, Flyboy got all pros, all prostitutes on his channel, I accept all that, because at least I know me telling my story as a regular person is helping somebody. I don't care about I don't want to be in a relationship. I don't want to be married. I don't want to be, again, I can't really show y'all how deep my story is, pause, or how far I come from. I show a lot, or how hard it was, but to see that at 35, I was a millionaire with a condo in a building in Miami. My kid go to Catholic school. My other kid is graduating and about to move to Ghana. I got a bunch of different cars out in my front yard. I got a drop top 1970 sitting on 24s. Dog, it's just, I got this stuff already. So if me showing people how I would go after a woman who I'm trying to build a legacy with is going to help them, then damn if somebody gets in her ear and blows away from me. At least people see how I did it, and it can work for them. And maybe they will be the people that got to keep it to themselves, but they had somebody to show you how to do it. Cause I ain't never had that. Case, what up, man? Havana still, yeah, you still need a visa for Havana. And right now, from when I'm talking again, I still talk to the girl who's pregnant, he's pregnant or had a kid right now. I keep calling the girl. I still talk to her, and it's a little bit tough right now because, of course, wherever inflation hits us in the States, it hits them harder. But on the same token, they're having a problem with their communications right now, with their phones over there with Iteka. They're having a little problem with their phones over there where the service is going in and out, and there's issues. At one point last year, they had a problem with their power, where even in Havana, power went out for a long time during one day, or 3 days actually. Now, normally in Havana, if you're going to go to Havana, stay in central Havana or Vedado, because the power doesn't go out much. But normally they're accustomed to power going out at least once a day. So if it's your first time, again, don't stay for too long. Be a little bit cautious, but definitely go and experience it. Wizard, I gotta tap in with you. I gotta tap in with you on YouTube Creative Events. I didn't even know that was available. Hey, Wizard, send me a message on Instagram either now or after this live. I will send you the link so that you can sign up for it. Now, they won't have as many as they had now because this was a 20th year YouTube thing, but they have them a lot in the main areas. Like this year, the reason why I was doing it this year is because this year they went around all the states. So that I was invited to go to different states and meet with different creators because they see how I interact with people. Like even some of the places I was on a waiting list for, I talked to one person, like a partner manager, and they just took me off the waiting list to put me in reserve so I can go. Because of the fact that they see my channel, they see how I interact with people, and they see how, I guess, quote unquote, real I am as far as honest and straightforward and not judgy. And so I was in Indiana, I was in Chicago, I was in Rhode Island, I was in Jersey, I was in New York. And so just send me an Instagram message and I'll send you the link so you can opt in for the events, because they mainly have the events in big metropolitan cities. But this year they did the locations all around the United States because it's YouTube's 20th birthday. Again, Thailand is the only place that I really still want to go to, outside of the going in the cycle of, again, every year Barranquilla for Carnival, Cali for Petronio, Medellin one time, and Cuba. So outside of that, Thailand is the only place I want to go to before I retire, so that I can see if I want to add that to my big four when I retire, when I'm 48. Because when I'm 48, my son will be in high school his senior year, so that'll be odds and odds. Shout out to Gangsta Lifestyle. What up? What up? What up? Hey, Gangsta, you going to Cali? Hey, yo, it's a lot. Yo, it's a lot of us going to Cali, yo. Shout out to Kings and Dreams, brother Kings and Dreams. Just got off the text message with Professor Don Omar, Andre and Andrea there, and it's a lot of us going. I believe I don't want to announce anything yet. I got to see what somebody said, but I don't want to announce anything yet. But it's gonna be a lot of us there. There's gonna be some big things going. And then, Gangsta Lifestyle. If you're going to Cali, look for an Airbnb next to Chippy Choppy Mall. It's in the north of Cali. That's where the majority of people stay, because the south of Cali is okay also, but it's more spread out. But Chippy Choppy Mall is the location where the Airbnbs are cool. You can walk different places, and the money's currency is the place you want to stay in the north. I'm staying there too every year. Shout out to homie G. I just met the G from Cuba's going. It's a lot, and his homies going. It's a lot of us going, y'all. There's more tourism in Cartagena than Barranquilla. But Barranquilla's economy isn't based on tourism. Cartagena's economy is mostly based on tourism. 70% of Cartagena's economy is based on tourism. Barranquilla has ports that they get like stuff from, and it's based on other stuff aside from tourism, but there is some tourism in Barranquilla. Petronio Alvarez, the Afro Festival, more than 500,000 people will be attending. Yeah, it definitely has. Definitely. Be aware, if you're not a citizen in Mexico, you buy a house, it's for play. Your house gets put in the trust. Yeah. It gets put in the trust only if you are 30 miles from the border or 30 miles from the sea. I did all that research when I was talking to my realtor out there and everything. If you're 30 miles from the border or 30 miles from the sea, like Cancun is within 30 miles, Playa del Carmen is within 30 miles. So all that has to be put in the trust. But the thing about a trust, even in Colombia, I will put my property in the trust because it's easier to pass to your kids when you put it in the trust than if you own it straight out when you're in another country. Just research I've done with lawyers and stuff. Shout out to Peter Cyber. The festival is August 14th to August 18th. That's the festival. I'm going from August 11th to August 22nd. So it's about 2 weeks I'm going. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, I think it's 18th. I don't know if it's 19th. Maybe it's 19th. I got an end. All right, cool. Last but not least, pros want child support too. Even non-pros. I got an Australian mate, a multimillionaire, just got everything. He got married. Listen, it's cold world, y'all. Miko says, Flyboy, you can buy 304s in NYC. It's legal. Good luck with that. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in to this Jeep Talk. It's been extra long. We got in the house, got under the AC. Just felt as though I wanted to get this message out. Again, this was Jeep Talk episode 47. Why prostitution is illegal in the United States and why this P. Diddy court case is putting me in a rush to sell my Miami Beach condo. It's your boy FRE $H Fresh at the Flyboy Way. That's THEFLYBOYWAY. Don't ask why, just check out the channel, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.